This week on Martyr's Row,
Is Jesus Lucifer?
is Augustine the only one who struggles with lust in heaven?
Does Twilight have the best CGI?
Did Yahweh write the Ten Commandments in King James English? And did he have Darby proofread it?
Vulgate, more like Schmolegate.
Wait. Did you say, is Jesus Lucifer?
Let's find out.
This week on Martyr's Row.
3, 2, 1.
Felix and Adactus. Saints Felix and Adactus suffered at Rome in the persecution of Diocletian. Felix, an elder of the church, had long concealed himself to comfort the faithful in secret. But being discovered, he was brought before the judge and commanded to sacrifice to the idols. When he refused, he was scourged and led forth to die. As he was being taken to the place of execution, a certain man from the multitude, moved by the Spirit of God, cried out that he too was a Christian and would die with him. His name was Adactus, which means added. He was joined unto Felix as a fellow in martyrdom. Together they confessed Christ, and together were beheaded, sealing their faith with one witness. Thus these two, strangers in the flesh, were made brethren in death, and their bond endureth where the saints are numbered in glory. Anno Domini 303. Hey, Paul.
What's up, Steve?
Hey, I'm feeling festive.
I like it.
Do you have any interesting festivities either in your family or like in like life, or let's say it this way. Do you have anything like in history that you're like, I really love this tradition or festival? Is that a weird question? Has anyone ever asked you that, Paul?
In other ways, yeah.
Did I ask a very confusing question?
I like it.
Like, is there any, I guess the way that makes the most sense is, do you have a favorite holiday?
You know what's funny is
But really I'm asking, do you have any weird traditions?
that's fair. And yes, I actually do.
You do?
I've actually created them myself, though.
Oh, okay. Better than I could have imagined.
And if you're gonna ask me why I did these, I can't tell you why, because
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
But they started as a joke, and I've just kept doing them every year.
Okay.
So for Thanksgiving, which is coming up.
Well, depending on when you listen to this.
Yeah, it may have just passed.
Yeah.
But if you listen to it when
or
you're
it may be
supposed
coming
to,
up again.
yeah, true. This is your Thanksgiving episode. Weird pick, but
True.
but still good.
Love it.
Yeah, I love it.
Well, you won't know that.
That's true, but but I love it. So for Thanksgiving, I buy a baguette,
Okay.
and then I try to gather as many people as are willing to humor me.
Okay.
And I would let's all place a hand on the knife. We have to cut the Thanksgiving baguette together.
Well, okay, so you all collectively hold the knife.
Yeah, and we cut the baguette.
So at some point, the handle feels heavier than the blade.
Oh yeah. And one person's doing all the work.
What's your highest count?
4.
That's not enough.
No, not many people want to do it with me. I'm like, come on, guys, this is the Thanksgiving baguette.
Is this always at like a Friendsgiving?
Unless I'm with my family in Ohio, yes.
Have you ever done it with your family in Ohio?
Mhm.
Okay.
And they're like, Paul's Thanksgiving baguette.
How many years have you done this?
This would be...
Paul's Thanksgiving baguette. That feels like the title of an episode.
That's a shirt. That'd be a glorious sweater.
That would be like hand stitched and it looks a little Jewish.
I love it. It looks a little Jewish.
It just has a Star of David on the back for no reason.
Just because.
Well, I mean, they do have many festive rolls.
Yeah. Oh, festivals, festive rolls.
That could be underneath the Jewish star. The Star of David.
Festive rolls.
Festive rolls. Yeah, I mean,
that should be a
brilliant
great
ideas.
shirt, actually.
I
as
love
well.
the idea.
I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it's been, I think, 4 years now I've done it.
Yeah. Okay.
It might be 5 years. 4 or 5 years.
Were you inspired by Seinfeld?
I must have been,
Yeah.
or I think maybe I was watching the It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown,
I love that movie.
and I might have just saw something and be like, baguette.
Although, is that a TV special or is it a movie?
I think it's a TV special.
I think so too.
Yeah.
They probably all were.
You know what? Actually, might be even weirder. I might have been watching that and eating a baguette
And you thought,
and thinking, Thanksgiving baguette.
you know that there is a Thanksgiving Charlie Brown,
Oh, there is.
and they have to make their own. The kids all end up having to make their own Thanksgiving.
Oh, yes.
And then they eventually go over to.
And they put it all together, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it is more likely that you'd be watching that and eating a baguette.
That might have been what I was watching.
Okay.
I mix those two up often, as I just
That makes
did.
sense. But no one even really thinks about the Thanksgiving one.
That's true.
But
Which-
again,
I think it's a pretty great one.
they're all great.
Yeah.
There's actually new ones. Like there's a new
really?
one around Franklin. There's a new one
Oh, wow.
around Marcy.
Oh, that's cool.
They're awesome.
I didn't know they were still making them.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is awesome. Well, and there's a Peanuts movie that came out like 5 or 6 years ago.
Really?
Mm-hmm. They're great.
I need to watch those.
Charlie Brown's the best. He's pretty low. Like he's a very Eeyore character.
Yeah.
So-
Which is interesting to put the main character as like a depressed person.
Well, not in like the 50s? No, the 30s?
Yeah.
Was it the 30s? I mean, the 30s would make the most sense. I think it was the 50s.
Everyone was depressed then. Okay.
Charles Schultz.
Charles. Good old Charles
His
Brown.
name would be Charles.
Yeah. He looks like a Charles.
And he would be Jewish. He's depressed at every holiday.
I also have one around Christmas time.
Okay.
Another tradition that I created.
Okay.
So I have I bought it at my brother and I bought it at Target back
Okay.
in 2016, I think it was.
This is something you still possess.
I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
2016 is almost 10 years ago.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
We've been doing this for almost 10 years.
Wow.
We call it the Christmas pig.
Okay.
It's like one of those like
Wait.
it's one of those just like pigs with lights in it that you buy from Target.
I don't know these.
Oh, it's a pig with lights in it.
It's
like
clear?
wrapped in tinsel.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's got a little scarf on it with a hat.
Okay.
And so I call him the Christmas pig.
But do they still sell new versions of this?
I don't know.
I don't think this is something that Target just has.
They
Paul,
they had it.
I think this was a 2016 Target calendar item.
That sounds about right. And I possess it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I call him the Christmas pig.
Okay.
And New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
I have a lighting of the Christmas pig.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, hey, Christmas is coming, let's light the Christmas pig.
I love that. So at Thanksgiving, you cut the baguette,
Yep.
and at Christmas, you light the pig.
Those are my traditions.
I mean, neither of these things are very Jewish.
No.
I mean, kind of the baguette a little bit, depending on which feast
That's true.
you're working on. I don't know. Working on?
Working on
Do you work
working on that feast.
I mean, when you say it like that, that's the most normal thing to say.
It is.
Just over here working on a feast,
Working on my feast.
said every 1950s mother.
It's all Jello though.
That's true.
I
I
would
look,
say, what about you?
I don't really have anything like that. I'm pretty normal guy.
Yeah, that's fair. I've been allowed to be an adult by myself for too long.
Oh, but that's beautiful though.
Oh yeah.
No, but to be fair, you came up with this stuff a long time ago,
Yes.
and you're the type of person that even if you had like a wife and 10 kids, you would still be
I would
coming
still
up with
do-
it. Probably more.
Actually, I would because I have followers.
Yeah. You would have affirmation.
Yeah. Be like, come on, kids. Like, oh boy.
They're like,
Thanksgiving
yeah.
baguette.
And then they go over to other people's house and they're like, why don't you guys have a baguette?
Where's your baguette? It's
Where's your pig?
Thanksgiving.
Who's going to light the pig?
They're like, your dad's weird.
What,
Who's
you mean
gonna light the pig?
I can't go to sleep. It's Christmas time and the pig's not
There's
lit.
no pig.
I almost said the pig's not on fire. Oh, I love that. No, I actually don't have anything like that. Which is, now I feel depressed.
Oh no. We'll create you some traditions.
Traditions are fun, though. Kids, traditions are fun.
They're very fun.
I think you should continue to come up with things like that. I think I want to like
a whole calendar.
Now
of
I like
Paul's
want
traditions.
yeah. I want to do. Well, you have like a calendar of reading and stuff like that.
Yeah, and music.
Things that you cycle back through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we need to do that on martyrsrow.com. We need to have
That'd be awesome.
Paul's calendar included in our feasts.
It's basically like
Feasts
it's
and
like a Jewish
traditions.
calendar with all these festivals,
Yeah.
but it's just the things that I do.
That you made up.
Yeah.
Do we add Festivus
We have to.
to get your pull?
To be so good. Festivus for the rest of us.
It's beautiful. Well, regardless of what season you're listening to this in, I hope you enjoy it. Cut a baguette for Paul and grab as many people around you as you can. 3, 2, 1.
In the halls of Alexandria, where wisdom met the sea, the ink was black as midnight, the words burned endlessly. They wrote the law for a pagan king in a language not their own. And 70 hearts beat one refrain. The word is flesh and bone. Light bearer, fallen or divine. The stars still whisper stories in a scholar's weary mind. From scroll to script, from dawn to dusk, the meaning shifts in time. Light bearer, fallen or divine. Now we sit in dim lit rooms with stories for the brave, searching myths through candle smoke, the names that time won't save. We walk the roads of martyrs past, where faith and fire meet, and listen for the echo still beneath an empty grave. Light bearer, fallen or divine. The stars still whisper stories in a scholar's weary mind. From scroll to script, from dawn to dusk, the meaning shifts in time. Light bearer, fallen or divine. Maybe every word's a wound we mend, a light we keep alive again. We're keepers of their echoes. Every time we tell the story, we carry the light a little further. We carry the light a little further down the road. Light bearer, fallen or divine. The stars still whisper stories in a scholar's weary mind. From scroll to script, from dawn to dusk, the meaning shifts in time. Light bearer, fallen or divine. Light bearer, fallen or divine.
All right.
What's up?
This is fun.
This is fun. I'm glad we're
Martyrs
here.
Row is fun.
It is fun. I enjoy
We have
it
fun.
here.
This is the part of like, can AI do this? That it's like, not. The thing is AI will never be as messy as us.
That's true.
It
Which
just
is
won't.
part of the charm, I think.
I know, that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like I think there are. Well, I guess it could take our podcast and go recreate this and keep it as messy as it is.
It'd be like,
Would you like me to organize that?
No. The opposite, unorganize it.
Yeah.
Keep it as cluttered as our brains.
To be human is to be messy.
To be garbage can.
Yeah. Which is funny because it's like I feel like that is the characteristic where you kind of go like, well, not everything can be taken over by AI. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, well, what is it? It's that messiness of like,
Yeah.
we're always trying to hit the mark, but we're never quite hitting it.
And that's kind of what makes it nice.
And we're not ever doing it in the same way.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of that weird journey where going from analog to digital, we're like, how do we make it as crisp and polished as possible?
Yeah.
And then we got really close. We're like, we don't like it.
Yeah. I mean,
and
like,
now we're like, okay, how do we take all of our digital recording and then add noise to it?
yeah, like, so we're in a studio, and in one of the control rooms, they actually have everything rigged up to where there's an old VHS tape,
I love it.
like VHS player.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they have blank tapes in it. And so he can output the audio from the DAW. Oh,
yeah.
from where it's been recorded, run it out into the VHS player, burn it to the VHS, and then play and sample the VHS back to the...
So good.
Which is like, some of it's the type of math is like, what?
Yeah.
And that's the piece of it. It's like, oh, there's something about that. Like, I don't know about you, but every time I get, which is like just recently, someone gave us a TV they didn't need. So
That's
it's
awesome.
like, yeah. And the one we've had for like 10 years.
Okay. Dang.
So we get this other one, and it's like, all right. And the first thing I do is I go into the video settings and turn the judder off.
Yeah.
And the judder, if you don't know what that is, like if you ever buy a new TV now, every movie, everything you watch looks like a soap opera.
Yes.
And that's the only way I can describe it.
Yeah.
Because it's like everything is
because it like
too
blends
focused.
all the frames together as
No.
well. Well, that's a different thing.
Yeah, it creates a stark background
Oh.
to where it looks like
I see.
everything is there's too much depth.
Oh, I see.
So it looks
I was
like
thinking
you're
a different thing.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
it looks like you're in the room versus
That's
like
interesting.
classic cinema is like it's kind of 2D.
Yeah.
It's kind of flat.
Yeah.
And so if you turn all the judder and you turn all that stuff off, which it's trying to smooth out, then it makes it look more like what you're used
You're
to
like,
seeing.
oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is more like old school TV.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I always like new technology. I always immediately, because in my brain
I
is
make it
like,
old.
my brain is like, this is not finished.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's kind of funny because I've got a joke, and people joke about me because I just like buying old stuff.
Okay.
So like I recently just bought like a cassette tape player,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh yeah, this one's from like the 80s. And I was like, yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I've got like an old reel-to-reel in my house as well.
True.
And it's like, yeah, I just like old stuff. It's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I mean, I think that is one of those pieces where it's like, I'm not sure exactly like how things translate from generation to generation. Like, what are the things within us that like we see it or we understand it and we go, this is like what's it called when the there's a theory or this idea the uncanny valley.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So the idea of like the uncanny valley where it's like this, like something is not right.
Yeah.
And it's just enough wrong that it makes me think it's fake. So it's like our ability to recognize things we should be aware of or beware of, right? Which is kind of an interesting thing. So as things pass from generation to generation, it's like, how did we get here, and how did we make the new things old and the old things new again?
Yeah.
And why don't we just leave everything like it is?
Well, it's kind of, it's funny. You just reminded me of this, which is the I can't remember which Lord of the Rings movie it is, but there's one of them where Legolas like jumps off of the back of some creature.
Okay.
And I remember like watching, and be like, oh, cool. And then somebody like, do you know that's like VFX? I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't even tell. That's crazy.
Doesn't he look like a spider when he does it though?
Yeah,
it's like
and then
too fast.
now when you watch it, you're like, what?
Have you seen the like the memes and the stuff of people watching the first Twilight movie for the first time?
Oh no.
Okay. It's the same kind of thing. So it's like there's a scene in the first Twilight movie, which I think at this point, if you watch the first Twilight movie, ironically, it's actually really funny.
Okay.
Like watch it in the daytime and not like seriously.
In the daytime, not at twilight.
It's like when you go into a church that's designed where every wall is black, there's no windows.
Oh yeah.
Everything's blacked out, but then you walk in the daytime, just the regular Walmart lights are on.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, this room looks really weird.
What the?
It's that type of thing. Like if you watch Twilight in the middle of the day, it kind of already makes it gimmicky.
Comedy.
Yeah. So it's like there's something funny about that where it's like if you okay, so there's a scene where the main character is a vampire and he can run really fast.
Okay.
And so the girl is like sick for some reason. I don't know all the details, but she's like sick for some reason, and then he goes and gets her and he needs to take her somewhere. And so he like super speed runs. But when he super speed runs, it's like he's like and it just looks like a blurred person, and he's just like like he like looks like he's like a robot running.
That's so funny.
And it's the funniest thing because you watch other people watching it for the first time, they just bust out laughing. It's just this funny like uncanny valley
happening?
where it's like, yeah. So like
That's funny.
I don't know. I think that there are things like that it's interesting when, again, from generation to generation, it's funny how we're always trying to make things better, but it seems like we're making them worse.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure what that is. Like there's something about that.
Yeah, like why are we trying this?
Yeah.
So it's interesting with these ideas because I've been thinking about something for a little while.
Okay.
And especially like the idea of, because there's a weird mix between like, there's a part of us that's like, okay, we want something new and better.
Yeah.
And another part of us like, no, old is better.
Right.
And so it causes us to get stuck to certain ideas.
Yeah.
A little bit too much sometimes.
Sure.
And it's like, okay, where's the wiggle room in there?
Yeah.
And so I'm a Latin guy.
Okay. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
Not as far as like I am not Hispanic. But
well, it's yeah.
But
Yeah.
like in high school, I learned Latin. Like that was the thing that we did.
Which I still feel like is valuable, but
Oh, absolutely.
but only for people who like study the Bible.
Or if you like words a lot.
But if you hear me say that, even you're like, wait, why study the Bible? Why is Latin good for studying the Bible? Because it's like it's not.
Well,
written.
it's actually very big. Yeah.
Well, it is now. It wasn't then.
That's
right?
fair.
Back then, Latin didn't exist.
It's just like, okay.
It's like the in-between language.
Yeah, because it was...
It's like us trying to make it better. And then now on the other side of it, we're like, why learn Latin?
Why do this? Like, no, it's good. Trust me.
Yeah. It's like thousands of years of Catholic Church
Yeah.
making everybody listen to everything in Latin.
I'm like, nah.
It's like we're just going back to we're skipping over you guys,
Yeah.
going back to the original Greek and Hebrew.
Which, I mean, that's kind of the funny thing because we do have the Vulgate, which is the Latin translation, but most people haven't even heard of it.
No, but doesn't it sound cool?
It sounds cool.
It's like a superhero.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool title.
Yeah.
And it's funny enough about it, and it's cool just because of the consistency with the idea, is because I'm pretty sure Vulgate just means common language.
Okay.
Or like the common tongue, which is what the New Testament's written in Koine Greek. It's like,
yes.
Oh yeah, it's just for everybody.
Common Greek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like
That's
that's actually
true.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Hebrew was not, and it was
Yeah.
very difficult to read, and still is.
It's yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, so it's interesting because I'm being a Latin enjoyer,
Connoisseur
connoisseur.
in high school.
Which is funny because it's like I haven't actually like studied it since high school.
That's like, tell me that you were homeschooled without telling me you were homeschooled.
Nailed it.
All right, kids. Today we're gonna learn Latin.
Well, I noticed you only wear denim. They're like, yes, of course, it's my daily Latin lesson. Right after I milk the cows.
Paul, are you okay?
Tell me in Latin.
Do you need to be escaped?
Et tu?
Yeah.
So there's this interesting Latin word
Okay.
that that we have
Yeah.
that we attach to somebody.
I really want to say Latino.
I know you do. There's this really big dead language word.
Okay.
Well, yeah. So what are you gonna say? Oh man, we're
Yeah.
losing it.
Those two things are not the same. Latin and Latino.
No, they're different.
Wildly different. Like they couldn't be more opposite.
It's true. I was trying to think of a way to differentiate it, but I don't think there is.
Okay.
Just Latin.
Yeah. A Latin word.
A Latin word.
There's one Latin word that sticks out to you, Paul.
That sticks out to me.
Okay.
And it has recently.
Okay.
Especially when we talk about like the Vulgate.
Yeah. Sure.
And so
Which at this point we don't even like. What even is that?
what even is that?
What even is the
Let's
Vulgate?
just throw it away.
Yeah. Is that the question we should ask? What is the Vulgate?
What is the Vulgate?
Hmm.
But so the question I do have for you though.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it. I love it.
So St Jerome
Yes.
translated the Vulgate.
Okay.
And he used a word in a couple of his verses,
Okay.
and the word is Lucifer.
Ooh.
Creepy. Creepy.
Ooh. What movie is that? They mention a name and they're like, ooh. Oh, it's The Lion King.
Oh, it is.
Of course. Mufasa.
You'll always find a
Ooh.
way.
Disney's got to be in there somewhere.
Of course.
Mufasa. Ooh. I shudder at his name.
I need to watch this again just to
Lucifer.
keep up with you.
No, don't.
Well, so I guess my question for you
Okay.
is, did St Jerome accidentally name the devil?
Whoa. Is what dogs say.
Said the liar. No,
Lucifer. So, Lucifer we find in the Vulgate,
yes.
and Jerome is the one who translates the Vulgate.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, even up to a month ago, somebody was asking me a question about
Lucifer.
Satan and
Yeah.
said, "Oh, well, you know how Lucifer," and I went,
Yeah.
I can't really address the question you're asking because I'm distracted by the use of Lucifer.
Yeah, because we don't actually see that idea coming up until like later.
Yeah. Well, we've talked about a couple of things like this that like we think that there are we assume that or let's say it this way, you have like an elevation worship who comes out with a song called Elohim. And you're like, "Okay, but Elohim doesn't necessarily mean Jesus."
Right.
Like, in fact,
That line actually does bother me a lot in that song.
of course it does. It should. Because like it doesn't actually make sense. It's a generic name.
Yeah.
So it has to have an identifier.
Right.
So you can't just say Elohim.
Because it's not even a name.
It's not a name.
It's like calling you human.
Yes.
It's the same categorization.
Yeah, but it's not even uppercased. Like you wouldn't see
Right.
it like in the Old Testament you would see uppercase Lord,
Yeah.
Lord,
Yeah.
and that would signify Yahweh,
Mm-hmm.
right? But Elohim is not, you wouldn't see that written.
Yeah.
And if it's referring to Jesus, it would have a qualifier.
Because even when it refers to Yahweh, it says Yahweh Elohim,
Right.
which is Lord God.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's I mean that's the whole thing is like both of those things have to be together.
Yeah.
Which I was looking at this the other day too, and the mighty, like mighty men, right? What's the word? Gibborim?
Yeah.
So Gibbor, like mighty men, the Gibborim, so like I want to say it's like it's El Gibbor. El Gibbor. So El Gibbor in Hebrew is mighty God.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gibbor or Gibborim,
Yeah.
like the first time we see it is obviously Genesis 6:4.
Mm-hmm.
They were the mighty men of old. And then we
Yeah.
see it again with Nimrod. He became a Gibbor.
Yes.
But then El Gibbor is mighty God.
Yeah.
So again, it's
Yeah.
like there's
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
of these Hebrew like signifiers that we've turned into proper nouns.
Yes. It's true.
And it's not like it's us going, "Oh, I learned a Hebrew word, I'm going to use this." Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in
Absolutely.
modern era.
Mm-hmm.
And so your question is really, did Jerome do the same thing?
Did he do that? Yeah.
Did he do that in Latin, thus giving us like a popular TV show called Lucifer?
Right. Yeah, and now they're synonymous.
Oh, wait, is that what you were asking? Did Jerome, was he the writer and director of the show Lucifer?
Yes. That is my question.
The hit, was it ABC or something
The
like
hit
that?
ABC show.
Right,
Hashtag definitely not sponsored.
But do call us.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Yeah, I would love that conversation. But that is an interesting thought. Yeah, so then maybe what we should talk about really quick is like, what is the Vulgate? Why do we even have the Vulgate? When was it written?
Well, and I think it's hard to talk about that even without understanding who Jerome is as well.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah.
Who Jerome?
Who Jerome is?
Paul, who is Jerome?
I'm so glad you asked. I actually have this legal pad over here.
He brought his notes.
My infamous legal pad. Who was St. Jerome? That's my question.
Who was St. Jerome?
Number 1.
Nice. Nailed it.
Yes. Wait, this is really looking up.
To be fair, I literally have not seen his legal pad. I mean, I saw that I saw that it was there. And to be fair, even if you could see it, you wouldn't be able to tell what it says.
It's true because my
No,
handwriting
you
is...
you can hold it up.
My handwriting is
it.
wild.
It's
because I try to write it as fast as possible.
Yeah, and you stay really close to the line.
And I also
Everything stays
blur
really close to the
my
line.
words together.
I love
my
it.
letters. Yeah.
It's funny because the way that I write, everything goes diagonal. So like
really?
when you look at the page, no, I mean everything is vertical when I write it. But then if you push the page back, like
It's
you're
got
trying
an
to
angle.
distinguish all of my like anything I write with like a sideways line, it all goes the same direction. It's really aggressive.
That's actually cool.
So like you look at the paper and it's actually a diagonal. You turn it on its side. That's not necessary to explain.
No, but that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. My handwriting actually it's gone through quite a big journey.
Well, we don't really need it anymore,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate.
Well, I do because I don't have a printer.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Anyways, St.
So
Jerome.
who's Jerome?
St. Jerome.
Why
Um,
why are we talking about Jerome?
What a good old boy. So he was born around 347 AD.
Yes. I like how you said around and then a very specific
I
date.
know. I love that's how they do it too. They're like, it was somewhere around this
347
specific-
AD.
Like you can't say like 350.
Well, it depends on what your calendar is.
That's true. We'll talk about that.
Yeah. Different episode.
So he was born in Stridon, which is modern day Croatia or Slovenia,
Oh, cool.
which is the only reason I wrote that down. 'Cause I'm
So we do have a
Slovenian.
Twilight
Yeah.
tie-in.
Uh-oh. And so he was classically trained in Rome,
Mm.
and he loved Cicero and Virgil.
As anyone does.
Those were his boys.
I mean, you know.
And so what's interesting with him is so he loved, ancient philosophy and Greek philosophy,
Yeah.
and reason. And so in a vision, God told him, "You are a Ciceronian, not a Christian."
Whoa.
And I was like, "Whoa!" And then so because of that, he's like, "I need to start reading scripture more."
Oh, interesting.
So he had this vision where it's like, "You love them more than you love me."
Oh, I see what you're saying. I thought you were
Yeah.
saying it was a directive. Like
Oh, no,
God
no, no.
was saying, you are not a Christian, you are Ciceronian.
Yeah, a follower of Cicero. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
And so he's
okay.
basically saying like, "You love them more than you love me."
Wow.
And so Jerome's like, "I gotta tidy up."
That's very Pauline of God.
It is, right?
A statement no one's ever said before.
And it's just like, well,
Wow, how
That's
Pauline of
awesome.
you,
How
God.
very Pauline. And then so because of that he lived as an ascetic monk,
Okay.
where he learned Hebrew from Jewish teachers,
Yeah.
which was kind of rare for a non-Jew to learn,
Yeah.
especially from those teachers.
And when you say ascetic monk, so an ascetic person or that type of, it's a descriptor of the lifestyle.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
asceticism is the idea of completely separating yourself
Yes.
from civilization. So not just a monk, but an ascetic monk,
yeah.
which is
He
complete
just lived out
isolation.
in the desert,
Yeah.
pretty much by himself and the other monks.
Yeah, asceticism also has an element of hard work along with it, which is
Yeah.
interesting
Yeah.
because it's like devotion to prayer and to study, but it's also an intention of working hard to subdue the flesh.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, which is pretty hardcore.
yeah.
He was again very Pauline.
Yeah.
It's kind of a
That's
hardcore
true.
guy.
Good point.
Yeah.
I wonder if he built tents.
Well, so it's interesting. So because there's actually a quote.
Maybe
from,
God sent Paul to Jerome to tell
It's
him.
like, hey, Paul, you got to get through this guy. You
Hey,
know,
go tell him.
write him a letter.
So the vision he gets is like, wow, why is this so Pauline? It's like, well, because Paul is actually the one who went and
He's
told him.
actually the one who did.
God sent Paul in 3, I don't know, 30 AD.
Paul would love that.
Yeah, he would love that.
Hey, can you go yell at that guy? Yes.
You know what?
Yes, I can.
You know what? Shout out Paul.
Hey, he's
Cheers
looking
to
at you,
Paul.
bud. And so Jerome, I added this quote in here because I think it speaks to kind of him and his lifestyle and his view.
Okay.
So he said, "Ignorance of Scripture is ignorance of Christ."
Wow.
So he was a big studier.
Yeah. Well,
You don't hear many people saying that these days.
No, for sure. It was unique that he specifically studied Hebrew
Yeah.
and Greek.
Yes.
Because those were not his language.
Right. Those are things that he had to actually learn.
Yeah, he would have learned it the same way we would have to learn it, except
Yeah.
he was a little closer to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Because those guys are still there to teach it.
yeah. Well, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, so their language would have been Latin for the most part.
Right.
Because of Rome.
Yeah. True.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
It is cool.
And so that's kind of a little bit of who Jerome was.
Yeah.
And so the Vulgate, to unify kind of messy Latin translations into one accurate text, they called Jerome in. They're like, hey, can you translate? And originally it was just the 4 Gospels, but he's kind of a zealot, so he just kept going.
Yeah, and the wasn't the idea that like at the time they had the Hebrew and the Greek, but they were also mainly using the Greek as far as like they were using the Old Testament and New Testament, and the Old Testament had been translated into Greek.
Yeah.
The Septuagint.
Yeah.
And then they were using both of those, and then it was like spotty translated into Latin.
Yes.
So
There's a bunch
like,
of people that like tried.
there wasn't a Latin translation.
Yes.
There were a bunch of scrap translations.
And they were bad translations.
Yeah, they weren't congruent with each other.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Well, and so actually a big point with this, and because this is really important to kind of what Jerome did,
Yeah.
was it wasn't just like, oh, we use Hebrew and we use Greek. Like, they only use Greek.
Yeah, because
So they actually ignored the Hebrew.
you're right. So
Yeah.
like every Latin translation up to the Vulgate, if it was translating the Old Testament, it was only translating the Septuagint.
Yes.
It was only translating from Greek, which had been translated from Hebrew.
Correct. Yeah.
So it was actually it wasn't a true translation.
Yeah. Well, as far as it was just utilizing the Greek translation.
Right.
And so Jerome, instead of relying solely on the Greek,
Yeah.
he was like, hey, I want to also use Hebrew.
Yeah.
And
they didn't ask him to, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, they just say, hey, can you just do a good translation for this?
Yeah,
into
bring
Latin?
it all together.
He's like, cool, I'm going to use Hebrew as well.
Yeah.
And everyone went to an uproar. They're like, are you crazy?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, most Christians viewed the Septuagint as inspired and definite.
Wasn't it
Or
a Pope
definitive.
Gregory?
I think it was.
Wasn't it a Gregory? Oh, Greg?
Oh, Greg? It might have been. I didn't write that down.
I think it was.
You're probably right. Oh, wait. Pope Damasus the First.
Okay, so not Gregory.
No.
Yeah.
But Gregory's got to be in there somewhere.
He's got to be there somewhere.
He is in the mix.
At some point. There's always a Greg around.
There's always a Greg. Amen. And so, yeah, so like, why was Hebrew so controversial? Because we think about that today, are like, that's not that's just normal.
True.
And actually, a lot of that is because of Jerome that we think about Hebrew the way we think about it now.
Oh, that's interesting.
And so,
well, I mean, in Israel right now, that's the language is
Right.
Hebrew.
yeah, it's
It's
not
a modern
ancient
form.
Hebrew; it's a modern. Yeah,
Yeah, and really the main difference is that in the writing, obviously there's like evolution of slang and different things like that.
yeah,
but in the writing they add dots and things like and characters
Yeah.
to help delineate and add in vowels.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah.
the old writing is only consonants.
Right. Which makes it confusing.
Yeah.
That's part of what makes it so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Hebrew is controversial because the apostles and New Testament writers quoted from it because that's what they knew.
Yeah.
That's what they had. So it carried apostolic authority.
Got it. Yeah, true.
The Greek translation, that is.
Yeah. Okay. Because that would sorry, I feel like
no, you're
like
good.
I'm filling in
no,
the gaps.
It's important. Yeah.
Yeah, because like if you've ever read the New Testament and you go, oh, this has a footnote, and you go down and it's like this is referencing Isaiah or it's referencing Psalms.
Yeah.
And then you go to it and you're like, well, that's not what it. The quote's different.
Yeah.
And it's because they're not quoting it in Hebrew.
They're quoting the Septuagint.
They're quoting the Septuagint.
Yes.
So what was written down was actually written down originally in Greek, not translating what they said because they didn't say it in Hebrew.
Yes.
They said it in Greek.
Well, we actually...
Or they said it in Aramaic and it was written down in Greek.
True. Yeah, because we recently had that on one of our Abraham episodes.
Yeah, true.
With Stephen.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
quoting in Acts, and it's like, he's not even using the same word.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, that's because that's the translation that he would have.
Yeah.
But it's not the original Hebrew.
I do wonder if there's ever been a translation where whenever something is referenced like that, if the translators have ever gone back and just put in the Hebrew.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah. It would be incorrect because it's not what it says.
That's not what they said.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So even in the New Testament, those apostles, they're quoting the Septuagint.
Right.
Which is...
Because, I mean, that was the language they spoke.
Yeah. I don't know that any of us really think about that.
It's funny because we just assume that, oh, it's all the same.
Yeah.
But it's like, no, they have a translation the same way we do.
Right. And depending on who it was, that doesn't mean that they didn't, in their synagogues, hear the Old Testament in Hebrew.
Right. Because they still would have had those.
Right.
Yeah. But it was in the same way, it's like you go into a Catholic church and they do a lot of their stuff in Latin.
Right.
And it's like, well, we're just there. Like, I don't know what they're saying.
Yeah. And really the reason why they have done it like that for so long is because Jerome put all of this together.
Yes.
I mean, they were doing it back then in Latin, but
he's the one who's unified.
Yeah. Unifying it and making this translation actually pushed it into the next, 1,200 years.
Easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is pretty wild.
It's crazy to think about that. Yeah. So translating from the Hebrew, it implied that the apostolic Bible, the Greek, the Septuagint, was flawed. So that was the implication people were taking when he's like, I want to also use Hebrew. And they're like, well, you think the apostles are wrong?
Yeah.
And he's like, no, that's not what I'm saying. So the other thing about it was big was the Hebrew canon lacked what we now call the Apocrypha.
Right.
And so the church feared that Jerome was also cutting scripture.
That's interesting.
So by not having those books in Hebrew to translate from as well, they're like, oh, you're getting rid of scripture, which would be like the Maccabees and those Jubilees in those books.
Well, not Jubilees.
No, not that one. What's the other one? Wait, no, there was another one I was thinking of.
It's like Tobit.
Tobit. That's what I was thinking of.
And then you have Maccabees, and then you have like Esther 2.
Yeah.
There's like a couple that are like, oh, I didn't realize there was like a second, and maybe Ecclesiastes 2. It's something like that, where there's a couple books that there's like a second part to it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Which come later.
Because they're Second Temple literature.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So they're actually written in Greek or in Aramaic, depending on, I don't know, I'd have to go back and look at that.
Who did it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the cultural tension. The other big part about that too is with language. So we think of Greece or Greek and the Romans. Like, well, they're the philosophizers and the reasoners.
Yeah.
And so Greek, the language was the language of philosophy and theology, and Hebrew was considered obscure and provincial. So they're like, that's for them, but we're the ones who are like reasonable. Yeah,
because you're talking about a shift in worldview.
Yeah.
Which that we have talked about a lot.
We've talked a lot about that.
Because when you get to the Greek language and you get to the Roman Empire, you start to get into the five senses. Everything starts to flatten out.
Yeah.
And the spiritual worldview that's very evident in the Hebrew text kind of collapses.
In some ways, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, in some ways.
I guess in other ways it
shows other pieces.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. But
and I think a lot of that's just because of language differences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not because people are trying to hide stuff or change stuff. It's like, it's just they're doing the best they can.
Yeah.
And it's a different language.
Right. And we talked about this on like the conversations around Israel as a nation and the idea of like, I think sometimes we think of like as a modern Christian that's specifically American and Protestant, like my mind goes to like, well, I like use the ESV a lot.
Yeah.
I grew up mostly reading the NIV.
Mm-hmm.
But then most of the preaching I heard was in King James or New King James.
Yeah.
And then before that, there was Greek and Hebrew.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, actually, no, that's a jump.
It is.
So like you kind of like, that's the whole thing of like, well, there's 1,500 years and up to 2,000 years of, and maybe even to 2,500 years. 'Cause you're talking about when the Septuagint was written or translated.
Yeah.
And you get into this element where it's like, actually, there's a lot of handoffs.
Yes.
And a lot of pieces and adjustments and translations and changes that get us all the way to here. So then you look back and you go, wait, in 1947, when they found the Dead Sea Scrolls, they found a complete version of the book of Isaiah.
Yes.
That was word for word.
Yes.
But the translation that they found was 1,000 years older than the one we had.
Crazy.
So then you go, well, the reason why that's so crazy is because we don't go King James Hebrew.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true.
Like we go Torah, Moses, to Septuagint Greek, to a bunch of random pieces of Latin, to the Vulgate, and then that evolves into like Old English, and then into English, into the like Royal English of King James.
Yeah.
So you have like all of these changes.
There's a lot in there.
It's a lot to track.
And the other thing that's interesting, because I actually heard someone say this recently, when it comes to English translations of the Bible.
Yeah.
There are people that think, and I'm not picking on anybody by saying this specifically.
Okay.
Just saying, like, I've just heard people say this, that they're like, oh, I wish people would translate English translations off of the original text and not other English translations. And it's like, they don't.
Right.
And it's like, some people think that. And it's like, okay, no, part of why, and that's the big thing with English, like, well, why was the ESV such a big push over King James or NIV? It's like, well, because of the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Yes.
And it's like, that's why it was so big. So it's like, oh, we actually have more than we did when they translated those. So we can do a better job at translating.
Yeah, and there were a lot of translations. I mean, you look at like I think the NASB has like a 1996 version, and then there's an updated version recently. Yeah. And some of those translations, not saying specifically the 96 NASB, but some of those translations it took a long time for people to bring in the Dead Sea Scrolls. Yes. To translations and identify it. Yeah. So
there's a lot that goes into translating. Right. And one of the benefits that we have versus like the early churches, we have a lot more
for sure
than they did when they were translating.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can do a better job. Doesn't mean we will, but hopefully we have more to work with.
So Paul, what we need to do is we need to do an episode on what the Septuagint is.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
LXX.
Yeah.
Which means 70.
Yes.
Which that's the whole story. So like we need to get into the Septuagint at some point.
We'll definitely tell that story.
And then we need to talk about like the Aramaic as well. The like look into like what they were actually teaching, what language they were using, how that manipulated or not manipulated, but how that shaped the way that they were speaking and preaching, what languages they were using, how that was written down. So that's a different episode.
It is. And I don't want to spend too much more time on it.
No, because I want to know about Lucifer.
Yeah, we're getting there. But I do want to say this because it is, and I'm never going to miss an opportunity to make fun of Augustine.
Okay. Augustine.
Augustine. So Jerome, that's his big controversy. He's like, I'm not only going to use the Greek, but I'm also going to use the Hebrew.
Yeah.
And critics like Augustine and other contemporaries at the time, they accused Jerome of arrogance and heresy.
Love it.
Which is like, today it's wild, to at least for me, it'd be like, because he wanted to use more?
Yeah. True. Or, which honestly goes back to like, maybe we should question more the choices of Augustine, not of Jerome.
Right. I think we should, which we've talked about a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We love Augustine. Shout out Augustine.
Love to pick
Honestly,
on him,
Augustine's almost definitely hanging out with Paul.
Paul's like, this guy again.
Somehow Augustine, in his glorified body, is still dealing with lust.
He's like, that pear looks nice. Like, no.
Too far, Paul.
Oh, too far?
Too far.
He was a pear stealer.
Paul slaps him on the hand.
No.
Come on, man.
No. Just one bite. No. Easy.
It's like, Jesus, didn't we get rid of the thorns in the side? Come on, can't we help this guy out? This is just like a deep cut Christian theology SNL sketch.
It's very nerdy.
Yeah.
And we've lost half the people.
I mean, if they were with us to this point, then
they're still here.
they appreciate it. Yeah.
Hopefully. Comment below if you appreciate it.
And if you don't, then we do.
Yeah, then comment that you don't appreciate it, and we'll ignore it.
Yeah, or just say hi.
Yeah, please. So yeah, it was a big deal what he did.
Sure.
But he was also one of the pioneers of biblical scholarship because of his approach to this.
Yeah.
And he was in a unique position because he learned Hebrew,
mm-hmm.
where a lot of people they knew Greek
and
Latin.
Yeah.
And so he was in a unique spot where he could actually do this as well.
Yeah. So Augustine is just jealous again.
I think so. He's like, oh, darn it.
Something else I don't know.
Did I tell you about something else I did bad? Another thing I regret.
Jerome's like, Augustine again?
Bro.
Can I get somebody to keep this guy out of here?
So then this is where I want to turn it back to you on this part.
Okay. So
that's kind of the setup as far as like Jerome did a pretty big, bold thing.
Yeah.
And because his translation was really good, because he was very critical and he used everything he had available to him.
Sure.
It solidified itself, the Vulgate did, in a pretty pronounced way, as we've talked about in the Catholic Church. And so there's a key verse where we see the word Lucifer,
mm-hmm.
And that's Isaiah 14:12.
Yeah. Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, actually, please.
Okay. Isaiah 14:12. In, let's say, the ESV.
Love it.
It's funny because we've actually read this passage multiple times.
That's what I love. We're always coming back here. There's like a few spots where we always go. It's Amos, Isaiah, and Ezekiel.
And then Genesis 1-12.
Of course.
And we spent a decent time in Revelation, but
that's true. Not as much as these guys.
That's true. Isaiah 14:12. How you are fallen from heaven, O day star, son of dawn. How you are cut down to the ground, you who laid the nations low. Now let me jump over here.
Yeah, please.
How about the King James Version? Isaiah 14:12. Oh, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Is there another translation that's interesting?
I think they all kind of say the same two things.
How about the Darby?
What's Darby got to say?
How about the Darby translation, which is the guy who invented dispensationalism?
Oh, enough.
Isaiah 14:12. How art thou fallen from heaven, Lucifer, son of the morning?
Also, did I mention that? He just slipped that in.
Yeah. But then you go to like New Living Translation. How you are fallen from heaven, O shining star, son of the morning. Okay. You know what I mean? Like we're jumping between. It's interesting to me that the King James,
yes,
and the John Darby translation,
mm-hmm.
who was who created dispensationalism.
Yeah.
It's interesting that those hold to this,
Yeah.
and mainly because like let me say it this way: dispensationalist evangelicals of the 70s, 80s, 90s, who grew up reading the New King James or reading the King James Version and preaching out of the King James Version, are also using the Darby King James, and they're using those pieces. So when he does his own translation, he's of course going to use that there because the King James uses it. Yeah. So
and so it's interesting because in like ESV and NLT, those are the two you quoted, they say morning star or shining star.
Yeah. Oh, day star.
Day star.
Son of dawn.
That's right.
Yeah.
Thank you. So it's kind of fascinating. It's like, wait, why are they all different?
Yeah.
And so...
Do you have an answer, Paul?
Well, so it's interesting. Kind of. As much as I can.
Yeah. And which one is correct?
Well, so the answer is yes. And so in that verse, the Hebrew...
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, what were you going to say?
Well, I was just going to say, this is something that classically happens, where it's the issue that I have, and yes, I have led... So I've as someone who has led worship for many years in a church setting, yes, I have led songs that have used the name Yahweh.
Yeah.
But the thing is Yahweh is Hebrew.
Yes.
That doesn't mean God wants to be referred to as Yahweh.
Yeah.
Because even Yahweh is not correct. The way I'm saying that.
Right.
Honestly, it's
not how he would have actually said it.
Well, not only that, but ancient Hebrews, to them, it would be equivalent. Me saying Yahweh this many times to them would be like me saying Bloody Mary 3 times in the mirror.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
like, true.
You don't. It's not that we don't speak his name. It's that we are not holy enough to say the name of the Creator God. Right. Therefore, we should not say it.
Yeah.
Those with unclean lips. That's the idea, is like we can't even lift to the level of being able to say the name Yahweh.
Yeah.
So already you kind of go like, well, yeah, he said, my name's Yahweh. No, he said, I am that I am.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be the more correct translation.
Yeah.
Not, it's me, Yahweh.
You
know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that happens a lot where like, all of a sudden we're singing a Phil Wickham song and then we all of a sudden call God Yahweh. And it's like, well, all we're doing is we're not finishing the translation of all the lyrics. It's like in that way, when we go, is Lucifer or O day star, son of dawn, which one is correct? And you go, yes. Well, it just means one of them didn't finish translating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, so that's the interesting thing is, because actually all of them are very correct.
Yes. They're just not finished translating.
Well, as far as like, what do you mean? Maybe I'm missing.
Lucifer is Latin.
Yes.
And it's not
I know what you mean. Now I see it. Yes. Okay. Took me a second to get there. I'm following now. Yes, you're right.
And it's also not a proper noun.
Right. But it's interesting even with this because I believe Daystar is capitalized.
It is.
Yeah, which is also, that's interesting for a reason we'll get into in a minute.
But the reason why it's capitalized is because the context of Isaiah 14 is it's a correction. What's the word I'm looking for?
Well, it's kind of like a taunt.
Yeah, towards the
King of Babylon.
Towards the King of Babylon.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's like the immediate context of
which
it.
brings up an interesting idea, by the way, which I'll mention later.
Okay, I love it. Nice little tease. Well, so looking at those, because that's part of it. It's like, okay, why are these all different?
Right.
And I mean, you kind of already answered. It's like, well, we didn't actually translate it all the way.
Yeah, we didn't finish translating it.
And
we just stopped at proper noun and just decided that was the name.
That'll do it.
Yeah.
And so in Hebrew, and as we know, I'm a non-ancient, non-Jew. So
as we all are.
As we've established. So in Hebrew, it's Halil ben Shakar, which means shining one, son of dawn.
Yeah.
And then in Greek, it's Hiosphorus, which is bringer of dawn.
Yes.
And then in the Vulgate, it's Lucifer, which means light bearer.
Right.
And so they're all correct, but the thing is, instead of translating Lucifer, like in the King James, they were just like, let's just keep that instead of light bearer.
Right. But the reason why Jerome uses Lucifer
is because it's the correct translation.
Well, so here's the interesting thing. So the thing that's interesting in this piece is the Esphorus or phosphorus, which is like kind of what it looks like. The word Hesphorus, dawn or bearer, it was the ordinary Greek word for Venus.
Yes.
The morning star.
Yes.
So the Hesphorus in the Greek, that was their ordinary word for Venus.
Correct.
Which we've talked about on previous episodes about, wasn't that the gateway to heaven?
That's Saturn. Venus is actually...
Oh, that's right.
So Venus, and it's interesting even with what it leads in. Are you talking about the myth?
No.
Okay, we can go into that too, which is fun.
Well...
The Venus, it's quick.
Okay.
It's not long.
You and your myths.
I'm always going to find a way to make fun of Augustine and talk about a myth.
But so, yeah.
Yeah.
So when we look at Lucifer and like the use of Jerome kind of stopping and using the word Lucifer is because where the Septuagint had used that in Isaiah, instead of him using the Hebrew morning star, instead of him using the what would be in Hebrew the Hillel bin Sahar.
Yeah.
In translating that into Latin, he just used the Greek.
Oh, interesting.
So he translated Daystar, or that the Septuagint had Hesphorus.
Yeah.
Something like that, the way you would say it. That which is dawn or bearer, right?
Yeah.
That word or that phrase, he does take from the Greek.
Oh, okay.
Everything else around it, he takes from the Hebrew.
Really?
Yeah, so it's blended there. Because Lucifer doesn't come from Lucifer actually comes from, that is the Latin name for Venus. So all of this stuff is tied in.
Which makes sense.
In the Greek.
Yeah.
So he's using a common. Yeah. Because you just said the Vulgate is the common language.
Yes.
So he's using a common language reference because in the Septuagint, they're referencing Venus.
Yes.
And he sees that and he goes, well, our reference to Venus is Lucifer.
Yeah.
So he uses Lucifer.
Which, it's cool because actually, I mean, even in the Hebrew, it's kind of pointing to that.
Yes.
Which is interesting.
Right.
And it actually goes back to this Ugaritic myth.
Okay.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
And we see Isaiah.
Well, and I think that's why he does it.
Yes.
I think it's this evolution where it's all saying the same thing all the way back.
Yeah.
But he ends up using the common use of Venus.
That makes sense.
In Greek, translated to Latin, which would be Lucifer.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it all kind of lines up.
Yeah. So what's the myth?
Yeah. So this is so exciting. I get so excited. So the interesting thing about Venus in the ancient observers, they noticed that Venus appeared twice in the sky. Once before dawn and after sunset. So it was the morning star and the evening star.
Yeah.
So interestingly, it vanishes at sunrise.
Okay.
And it comes back up at toward the evening, but it disappears around midnight. And so it's always being overtaken by these other lights.
Yeah.
And so in the Ugaritic myth, Athtar, which means the morning star, tries to ascend to the throne of the storm god Baal, or Baal.
There you go.
Because I have to do that. After his death. But he cannot reach it because he is too weak, and he instead descends back to earth, which is a symbolic fall from heaven. And so in Isaiah, it seems like he's actually playing off of this, which would have been a very popular myth at the time.
Sure.
That he's saying and we see in his language, he's like, yeah, you fell from heaven, just like Venus.
Right. Yeah. That makes sense.
And it makes sense. And then for Jerome to be like, oh, yeah, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
So let me just use that.
Yeah, in a metaphoric sense.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. Because, guys like Plato and Hesiod, who were ancient Greek poets, they also used that phosphorus in the same astronomical sense for Venus.
That makes sense. Yeah.
So it's like adding all of those pieces together, how we get Lucifer. The problem is exactly like what you're saying. It's like there's this proper noun element, even of O Day Star.
Yes.
And I think what's happening is it's referencing an individual, but it's not calling them, like that would be like us saying Satan's name is also O Day Star.
Right.
But for some reason we're okay with saying Lucifer because it sounds like a proper name.
Yeah, it sounds different.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there is an evolution of that, of like the solidification of Lucifer as
the Lucifer of Lucifer.
Yeah, as the proper noun. Something that I thought was interesting though, and this is like a side note thing. But here's the thing. So I think that in the use of Lucifer or Venus or day star in Isaiah, we know that the Hebrews had an understanding of astronomy and of the stars as a sign from God, that creation itself was witnessing the glory of God and what God was doing. Yeah. So it was simple and common for Hebrews to use language of creation and go like, oh yeah, it's like Venus, like how Venus falls. Yeah. That's what happened to, that's what I was almost said Lucifer. That's what happened to Satan. Yeah. So like, it's like this. Oh, also, King of Babylon, you fell too. Yes. Or you're going to fall. Yeah. And you're going to fall in the same way that Satan did. You're going to fall in the same way that Lucifer did.
Because it seems like, I mean, like in the immediate context.
And by Lucifer, I mean the day star. Venus.
Venus. Yeah. And I think that's where it's like, even in Isaiah, because we've talked about this in a previous episode as well, is like, well, the immediate context when you read it, he's talking about the king of Babylon. Yes. But then there's that layered context, and this is part of why Lucifer became such a proper noun for Satan, is because there is that layered texture that we see because of how the ancient Hebrews, how they viewed kings and rulers and principalities. Yeah. It was like, I mean, we see that in Ezekiel. Again, going back to Ezekiel 28. You have the king of Tyre and the prince of Tyre, and they both rule, but one of them is a divine being and the other one is not. Right. Yeah. And I think we see a very similar thing in Isaiah 14, where he's actually talking to both of them. Yeah. Because there's other parts where you see later in, it's like, doesn't sound like he's talking about a person.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like in looking into this and like thinking about everything that we've talked about, and we've talked about the idea that it seems to be that the Hebrew worldview was spiritual in nature, that they believed that there was a spiritual being behind every earthly king. Yes. So for the early church and for early church fathers and also philosophers and theologians in the early days, for them to start to make Lucifer or day star or that name, to start to make it a proper noun and referencing it as Satan, is equating to a Hebrew worldview that there was a divine being behind the earthly king. Yes. So, or equating to the element that the king of Babylon himself had reached the point of deity. Or was at least
attempting.
Right, or at least a false god on the earth. Yeah. And actually a fake god. Yeah. Not just false, meaning
he actually would be fake.
He would be fake. He would be saying that he was God, but not actually a spirit being.
Yeah, to use the word, he's saying he's Elohim when he's not.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah, so he's not ascending to that place. Yeah. He's a representation of what's behind him, which would be the Hebrew worldview. Yes. And so in some ways, the early theologians and church leaders were contemplating that same worldview. Yeah. Even in 300 and 400 AD.
Well, I mean, that was a big part of a lot of the debates at that time as well. And that's where we go back to Augustine.
True. Yeah. But yeah, so like you have So in Judaism, Isaiah 14:12 was never read as a story of Satan's fall.
Mm.
It was understood as a taunt song against the king of Babylon.
Yes. Yeah.
And it was a human ruler who exalted himself and was brought low. That's what we talked about. Early Christians inherited Septuagint and Vulgate language, and they began to connect Isaiah 14 with Luke 10:18. Luke 10:18, I saw Satan fall like lightning from heaven. This pairing, Lucifer falling from heaven and Satan falling like lightning, planted the interpretive seed. And then in 160 to 225, Tertullian, in some of his writings, cites Isaiah 14 and applies it directly to the devil's pride and fall. He who once was Lucifer and who fell is now the devil.
Oh, interesting.
That's what Tertullian says.
Yeah.
So Tertullian's Latin is the first known instance where Lucifer is treated as a personal name for the fallen angel, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Because this is pre-Jerome.
Oh, interesting.
So Tertullian before Jerome calls him Lucifer as proper noun.
That's interesting.
It is interesting because it's Tertullian is early enough that, like, I mean, he's I believe 160 to 225 is when he lived. So you're talking about, like, if
that's interesting.
If John dies in the 90s, you know what I mean? Then Tertullian shows up 70 years later. So the next generation after the apostles.
Yeah.
And he's expressing this idea that Lucifer...
Check this out.
Yeah, but he's not saying Lucifer proper noun. He's saying Ode Day Star.
Yes.
Even then, he's not saying Lucifer is the name of Satan.
Yeah.
It's actually more true that what he's saying is the king of Babylon was Satan.
Yeah.
As far as what he who once was Lucifer and who fell is now the devil. And
I feel like it'd be even, in some ways, it might be even more accurate to say the one who attempted to ascend to heaven to overtake the throne is now Satan.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it was both like historical and allegorical for him. But that is the actual origin point.
That's really fascinating.
In Christian thought, yeah.
Yeah, and then it's interesting because then, and this is another thing I think we brought up several times. We should just do an episode on this too, which is Paradise Lost.
Oh yeah,
I don't know. I'm jumping ahead a little bit.
No. That's a big part of it.
Yeah, I'll let you walk through here.
No. Go ahead.
Because I just don't want to jump too far ahead. Because that's a big thing where in Paradise Lost, Milton names his antagonist Lucifer and pulls this huge narrative of like, oh yeah, so he's the serpent and this is his fall from heaven.
Yeah,
he was the worship leader and then he falls and then he tempts humanity and then this is his story essentially, and that kind of helps solidify that idea that this is the same thing. Right.
Well, the other thing to be said is like I just talked about Tertullian.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to mention something that Origen says as well. And Origen is a generation after Tertullian, so still before Jerome. But early church history calls Origen a heretic.
Yeah.
And some parts of Tertullian as well.
Which makes sense, because if you look at some of the ideas they have, you're like, oh.
Right. So you get this piece. But Origen said he lived 184 to 253 AD. Origen speaks of an angel who became the devil through pride, and he connects that fall with Isaiah 14 and Ezekiel 28, which we talked about.
Yeah.
So he connects it with the Prince of Tyre. So he connects passage in Isaiah 14, where it speaks of the king of Babylon with the king of Tyre in Ezekiel 28. And he ties them all into the one like spiritual narrative of Satan. Which kind of does still shape the way we talk about Satan now.
That's true. I mean, and that's kind of even jumping off of our previous episode of like, when did Satan fall?
Yeah.
It's interesting because even from then to now, it's like we've tried to cleanly tie all this together when the Bible doesn't tie it together that cleanly.
No, it doesn't. But here's the other thing that's interesting. To me, this is interesting, and this might be jumping ahead because I feel like this is a good way to like bring the pieces together.
Yeah.
Is that Lucifer like the name Lucifer is only used once in the Vulgate?
Twice.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the other one?
Do you know this?
No.
Oh, so the other one is 2 Peter 1:19.
I'm gonna have to correct you on that.
Oh?
Because
I looked it up in the Vulgate.
It's not Lucifer though.
It is.
There's
I looked it up.
something before it.
I just looked it up.
No, yeah. Okay, go with what you're gonna say.
Oh, so I mean, what I was gonna say with that is, I swear I just looked it up yesterday.
Tell me, Paul,
Okay.
and I'll look for the note that I have.
Okay. So yeah, in the Vulgate, 2 Peter 1:19 calls Christ Lucifer.
Mm-hmm.
And so actually there was a time where Lucifer meant, because of that, it's assigning him as he is the day star.
Right.
Christ is. And he uses that word to delineate that. And so it gathers this meaning of Christ-like light.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I think there's even a pope whose name was Lucifer.
Oh, really?
Or that was part of his name, I believe, or one of the saints. And so, yeah, it carried this this idea of Christ-likeness. So I mean, I might be wrong. Maybe I misread. I don't know.
Now I can't find where that note is.
Okay.
But we've talked about this before, and the idea that there's multiple.
I'll have to look that up and put it in the notes or something.
Yeah. Well, there's also we've talked about the idea that there are multiple morning stars.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm like 95% confident on this that it's in there twice.
Yeah. Yeah.
But so I mean, it's interesting because if I'm correct in what I read is how that word is used, because I think in English it's translated different in 2 Peter.
I think it's just the setup. So it's it's
Maybe.
until the day dawns and the Lucifer rises in your hearts.
Okay.
2 Peter 1:19.
That makes sense.
So I think I was reading it as et Lucifer.
Yes.
Which would be the
That is correct.
The
Yeah.
Lucifer. Yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't make it a personal like day star.
Right. But
it
also
makes it like, oh, he is the.
Yes.
Which I mean, even in context, that still makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Because he's not saying Christ is Venus.
Well, and then in the Latin liturgy, Revelation 22:16 translates as the bright morning Lucifer. Which is interesting.
That's interesting.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's the bright morning star.
Yes.
But Venus.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a specific star.
Yes.
So Lucifer is the specific star.
Yes.
Which makes sense why you eventually evolve into, well, this is a specific spiritual being that fell, right?
Yeah.
But again, it's the same as Elohim.
Right.
It's not referring, it's used as light bearer.
Yeah.
Right. And we understand that, and I wish I could pull this passage right now, but that Satan masquerades as an angel of light.
Mm-hmm.
So you get this imitation of Lucifer, the light bearer.
Yeah.
And if his name were Lucifer, then it's only as imitation to the true Lucifer.
Right.
Which is wild because that means that technically in context, the one true Lucifer, if used as a proper noun, would be Jesus.
Yeah.
And that he would be a lesser Lucifer.
No, that's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's very true.
You would have to interpret it that way.
We even see that in Revelation, in the letters where Christ is describing himself.
Yeah.
And every descriptor goes back to one of the gods.
Right.
And so I can't remember which one it is, but he's putting these descriptors, and it's like, oh, he's talking about Apollo.
Yeah, right.
And it's like, he's not saying I'm Apollo. What he's saying is like, no, I'm better than him.
Yes.
He said he did all this. No. I did those things.
Yeah.
And it would make sense even in this context if they're referring to Venus.
Yeah.
He's saying like, you think Venus is so great.
Right.
That's me.
Yeah.
I'm better.
Yeah.
I'm actually the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in a lot of ways, this is not something that that's necessarily critical.
No.
But it is a smoking gun. that you have a 2 Peter passage in the Vulgate that calls Jesus Lucifer.
Which sounds heretical to say, like, oh, Jesus is Lucifer.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to say that Lucifer is the proper noun name of a specific being, if you do say that, you probably also believe that Elohim is Yahweh.
Well, and I think,
and that's the whole point of our podcast.
Absolutely.
Is to distinguish the fact that there's more going on here.
Yeah.
Some of it is descriptive metaphorical language, and what we see a lot in Hebrew literature is the idea that there is this, as Paul talks about in Romans, man is without excuse, for creation sings, breathes, it witnesses the glory of God.
Yeah.
So all should be able to look outside and see the glory of God.
Yes.
And in that, he's expressing something that is deeply Hebrew, which is they were looking and witnessing that the stars and the constellations and creation around them was singing the praises of God. And not only that, but it was speaking to a coming Messiah.
Yes. Yeah.
So the stars themselves were, as Genesis 1 says, signs and seasons is what they bring us.
Yeah. And then we often fall for the Deuteronomy 4:19, where we start to worship the signs.
Yeah.
And that's that point of like, oh, instead of looking at Venus and seeing Christ, which is what 2 Peter's talking about,
right?
We stop at Isaiah and be like, oh, that's Venus. I'm going to worship her.
Yeah. So does Jerome accidentally set off a domino effect where Lucifer becomes a proper noun and misunderstood? Yeah.
Kinda.
But also, if you believe that Lucifer is a name of Satan, it would necessarily fall under the category of a lesser Lucifer, and the true Lucifer would have to be Jesus.
So is Jesus Lucifer?
So in the Vulgate, Jesus is Lucifer.
Yeah. What a way to end.
3, 2, 1.